There's a woman in Bangkok who cooks crab omelets over charcoal, wearing swimming goggles, and she has done it for so long that Michelin gave her a star for it. She still works the wok herself. Every single order. But that's not the story tonight. The story is that the street she's part of the whole culture of eating standing up, plastic stool, no menu, cash only is shrinking. Bangkok officials confirm the number of street vendors citywide has dropped by more than 60% since 2022, roughly 10,000 fewer sellers on the sidewalks. And two of the most famous food streets in the country are the next ones officials have floated changing. We're going to eat our way through them while they still look like this. Bangkok, 10 million people, one of the most eaten-out cities on the planet, where entire neighborhoods run on food cooked 3 feet from the traffic. Some of what's here has been cooking on the same corner for 90 years. Some of it might not be, in a few more. First stop is 2 minutes walk from the second. Either one alone would be worth the flight. J Phi and Thipsamai, 2 legends, 1 block. Her name is J Phi. Her restaurant doesn't have a sign that matters, everyone just knows the corner. Maha Chai Road, Phranakon, Old Bangkok. She's in her 70s. She still cooks every plate that leaves her kitchen, which is the entire reason people wait hours for a folding chair on the sidewalk. The dish that made her famous is a crab omelette the size of a dinner plate, whole lumps of crab folded into egg, seared in scalding oil until the edges crisp and char while the center stays soft, almost custardy. It smells like charcoal and brine before it even lands on the table. One bite is crunch, then char, then sweet crab, then steam. But walk 2 minutes down the same road, and you hit an entirely different legend. Thipsamai, opened since 1939. This is the pad thai. Every other pad thai in the city is measured against noodles cooked in a sweet, sour tamarind glaze, wrapped in a paper-thin blanket of fried egg you have to cut open yourself, dried shrimp and crushed peanuts giving every bite a last-second crunch. 2 icons, 200 meters apart, on a street that might not look like this in a few years. But the real controversy isn't the food, it's what's happening to the street underneath it. We'll get to that. Yaowarat after dark, Chinatown on fire. By 6 in the evening, Yaowarat Road stops being a street and starts being a performance. Wok fires throw orange light onto the crowd. Whole roast ducks hang in glass cases. Someone is folding dumplings faster than you can count them. This is Bangkok's Chinatown, and it has fed the same families for generations, multi-generational stalls where the person cooking learned from the person who opened the stand decades earlier. 3 stops worth knowing before you come. Nai Ek Roll Noodles, 442 Yaowarat Soi 9, is the one with the reputation a Michelin bib gourmand holder for several years running. Famous for guay jub, soft rolled rice noodle sheets in a peppery, 5-spice pork broth, crispy pork belly on the side. About 45 baht a bowl. It's famous for a reason. Expect a queue. Duck 150 meters off the main road onto Song Sawat Road, and you'll find Lim Laun Gao, 9 straight years holding its own bib gourmand, 1 item on the menu, and that's fishball noodles, nothing else. The fishballs are handmade and genuinely bounce off the spoon. Pick soup or dry, and it's the version a lot of locals will admit they actually go back to more than the famous one. Then there's bami egg noodles, tossed in a dark, faintly sweet soy dressing, topped with slow braised pork and hand-folded wontons, a bowl of clear broth on the side. Served all over the city, but Chinatown's version comes with an extra edge of white pepper and vinegar that the stalls here guard like a house secret. Here's what almost nobody films: Yaowarat before 10 in the morning. While the night version is smoke and neon, the daytime version is quiet. Steam-filled alleys behind the main road, bamboo steamers stacked with har gao and su mai. Radish cake sizzling on a flat top. On the western edge of Yaowarat Road, near Songsawat Road, a Michelin-recognized cart called Patongo Savoy has been frying dough here since 1968. 5 golden, hollow-centered pieces for about 50 baht, torn open and dunked in warm soy milk. All of it gone by mid-morning once the stock runs out. Most tourists completely miss this half of the street entirely. And this is the street officials have floated changing next. To be precise about what that means, nothing has been enacted here. No ban, no confirmed closure date. But the direction was set in 2022 when Bangkok's sidewalk clearing campaign began, and vendor numbers have been dropping ever since. One vendor interviewed by AF earlier this year, 40 years on this same stretch of Chinatown, said she doesn't believe they'll actually make her leave. But she's not certain either. Stand here at 10 at night, in the smoke, in the noise, surrounded by 3 generations of one family running a walk, and it's hard not to feel like you're watching something on a clock, even if nobody can tell you exactly what time it reads. Or Tor Kor, the market locals actually rate highest. Ask a Bangkok local, not a guidebook, an actual local, where the best food market in the city is, and there's a decent chance they won't say Chinatown at all. They'll say Or Tor Kor. It doesn't have the smoke or the neon. It's daytime, it's cleaner, and it's built for people doing their actual weekly shop, not for a night out. Which is exactly why it doesn't show up in most Bangkok street food videos. It's not as photogenic on paper. On camera, it's something else entirely. This is also the one stop where you can taste the rest of Thailand without leaving Bangkok. Head to the prepared food section on the market's west side, and you'll find Sayoa Northern Thai herbed sausage, packed with lemongrass, kaffir lime leaf, and fresh turmeric, grilled over charcoal until the casing snaps. 40 to 60 baht gets you one. And the smell alone pulls people off the main aisle. A few stalls down, look for the vendors specializing in Northern Curry's gaeng hang lei, a slow-cooked pork belly curry with ginger and tamarind, more mellow and sweet than fiery. Then, for contrast, a Southern fish organ curry gaeng thai pla hot enough that even Bangkok locals wince before going back for more. It's a shortcut through the country's entire regional food map in one building in one afternoon. Our next stop costs less than a coffee. And the bowls are so small, you'll lose count. Boat Noodle Alley, Bangkok's fastest ritual. Near Victory Monument, there's an alley lined with competing stalls, all cooking the same thing, boat noodles. Named for the canal vendors who used to sell them from actual boats. The one locals point to first is Bon Quai Tiu Ruathong, tucked into the alley just north of the BT station, by most accounts the busiest, most talked about boat noodle spot in the city, and on a good day, you'll see regulars putting away 20 bowls in one sitting. The bowls are almost comically small, a few mouthfuls each, somewhere between 12 and 30 baht, depending on the stall and what's in it, and that's on purpose. The broth is the real payoff, dark, rich, thickened with pork blood, built on cinnamon and star anise, finished with a fistful of fresh herbs and a punch of chili. Thin rice noodles disappear into it in 2 bites. Nobody orders one bowl. You order a stack. Locals treat this as a lunch ritual, not a novelty. 5 bowls, 6 bowls, and the empties pile up on the table like a scoreboard. Here's the thing about all of this. J-Fi will probably still be there next year. Thipsamai too, most likely. But the sidewalk stalls, the ones with no sign, no Michelin star, just a walk, a stool, and 40 years of muscle memory, those are the ones with the least certainty attached to them. If you're planning to see Bangkok street food the way it's actually been eaten for generations, the honest answer is, sooner is better than later. The city's already building what comes next. A new hawker center opened near Lumpini Park this year, 88 stalls, air-conditioned. Built partly for vendors already displaced from other streets. It's clean, it's organized, and it is not the same thing as what we just spent the last several minutes eating our way through. We'll be back for that version of the city. This one, we wanted to get on camera first.